Very good morning, Dr. Prakash, and I would formally like to welcome you to the Vida Talk series. And today we've been targeting our discussion focused more specific respect to the bioequivalence studies with respect to complex molecule, especially the tyrosine kinase inhibitor, prazopanib. So, sir, can you throw some light onto the bioequivalence study with respect to prazopanib? Sir?
Thank you, and a very good morning. Pazopanib is one of the new molecule and very upcoming because of lesser side effects compared to the older molecules. This is the
Correct.
reason why it is becoming one of the very upcoming thing because of the lesser side effects only.
Right.
And shall I continue? Okay. The reason behind the other available drugs are patients are not able to continue for a longer period because of the side effects, and they are dropping out in taking the treatment, and their disease was progressing. So compared to the other molecules, pazopanib has got a lesser side effects. So that's why this has proved in increasing the lifespan of the patient. So that is the reason why everybody wants to do a
Prescribe.
pazopanib study nowadays and to bring up this drug.
So, we just also wanted to know, sir, the bioequivalence study design, especially when we come to this tyrosine kinase inhibitors like prazopanib. The US FDA as well as the European regulators, they suggest a fasting study. However, when we come to certain literatures in reputed journals like Clinical Pharmacology, there was one article by Luberman et al., where they had found that about 600 milligrams of prazopanib with food, they did a bioequivalent study, and it was preferred over the standard prazopanib dose without food. So, like the patient seems to be more positive about their feeling or side effects and satisfaction with respect to the therapy of prazopanib when prazopanib was taken with food. So, doctor, we would like to know your views, particularly with respect to the cases you see and the bioequivalent studies which we can plan. So, can be they done in a fasting state or food? What is your say
Yeah.
on that?
See, before that, I want to add some more points uh, in this talk. What I want to tell you is when you take the pazopanib, there are the other drugs being sunitinib. See, this sunitinib was the previous treatment, and what the
Like,
sunitinib used to, the effect was good, but what the side effects were, fatigue. Fatigue was there for in 60% of the patient used to be fatigue, and 80% of the patient had thrombocytopenia, platelets going down, and hand-foot syndrome was there in 60% of the patient. So this is the reason why
oh,
they have to reduce the dose. The effect was low, since when they reduce the dose, again the same side effects used to come. They end up not continuing this treatment, and the disease used to progress. So what has happened with pazopanib is the pazopanib has got the similar effect. When it comes to efficacy, it is as best as sunitinib. It is better than sunitinib. But when it comes to side effects, it was even less than half of the side effects is there. For
oh,
example, the fatigue is seen in only 40% of the patient, whereas there almost 60 to 70% of the patient had a fatigue after taking sunitinib. And then thrombocytopenia, the platelet count used to go down. It was seen in 80% of the patient in sunitinib. Whereas when
correct.
it comes to pazopanib, it is only 30 to 40%. That is going down. And the one more thing is hand foot syndrome was there in every second patient, alternate patient, like more than 50% of the patient. And this has come down to 20% with the pazopanib. So this is the reason why this drug is a better drug compared to the other. Because of this drug, the overall survival has also increased. The median survival was with pazopanib is like 20-23 months, and the overall survival was 30 months. And the progression free survival was 10 months. So this drug is doing a good job. And the next question is when it comes to taking the food without
Correct.
food or with food. So there
Yes.
are studies going on. The people are psychologically happy to take with food rather than without food. And it
Okay.
has got its own advantages and disadvantages. When you are giving with food, you are giving 1 hour before or 2 hour afterwards. When
Right.
you are giving in a fasting condition, you give it in an empty stomach. When you
Correct.
give it in an empty stomach, obviously bioavailability will be high.
Correct.
But the side effects like gastritis is one of the side effects which will be there. The patient will not be happy with that, that in a
Right.
fasting state, that gastritis will be there. So
Right.
most of the studies have shown they are happy with the food. Psychologically also, in the regular way, where whatever painkillers, whatever drugs we take with the food. So
Correct.
better to take it in a fed state, either 1 hour before or 2 hours afterwards, like that we can do. But the studies some people are doing with the fasting only. The studies
Right.
they are doing with the, because they have to measure it to get the PK properly. They are doing in a
Correct.
fasting state.
Agreed, sir. Since the primary our objective is with respect to bioequivalence, and we would get a clean PK with respect to a fasting state. I do understand probably that because of the food, as you rightly mentioned, that gives a sense of satisfaction to the patients, and they feel good. I mean, say they would have been preferred with food. However, I would say since the regulators mandate it to be in a fed state, we probably would need to take that into consideration. Since this is an oncology molecule, I would say the study, and recruiting patients suffering from, say, renal cell cancer, would you please throw some insight light onto the recruitment and patient safety measures which have been taken from sites like yours, especially with respect to prazopanib study?
See, one thing I have seen, we are doing this study also. One thing I have seen when it comes to inclusion and exclusion criteria is any metastatic renal cell carcinoma we can consider giving pazopanib. So it is also, pazopanib is also used in soft tissue sarcoma also. So it is used
Correct.
in metastatic soft tissue sarcoma. It is widely used, and the main indication being the metastatic renal cell carcinoma. The one thing what I am seeing in the inclusion criteria and exclusion criteria, what they are studying is the inclusion criteria tells a metastatic renal cell carcinoma, and some of the studies what they are including in the exclusion criteria is those patients who have already undergone a nephrectomy and with metastasis is there, you exclude those cases. So this is one of the exclusion criteria which is hindering the studies, which is hindering the recruitment status. So some of
Correct.
the people who are not able to, some of the companies who are not able to successfully complete their, they excluded this, they went back to the DCGA and they have removed this criteria. So the reason being, so there is one study which was telling a metastatic renal cell carcinoma that is with the kidney without operation, when you give drugs works better compared to the metastatic renal cell carcinoma after surgery, like that. But overall the survival is same only. It's a minor thing. So adding this mistake should not be done in the exclusion criteria, putting this one. And what some people are now telling, it's like it's already metastatic, you can reconsider, it's not a problem. So that is one of the thing inclusion criteria people should be careful of. And while selecting the patient, as you know, the patient should be fit. So always select the fit patient and young patient. This is always good. Like ECOG should be 0 to 1 or to maximum 2, and the patient should be fit. So the liver function, bone marrow function, the lung function, cardiac function, these things should be fit. And select an young patient and a fit patient. That is enough. You will not face any serious adverse effect. Very rarely you will face the serious adverse effect. These things should be taken care of. That is our motto. That is the reason why we have lesser and lesser side effects.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and answering our questions, especially with respect to the pazopanib molecule. And just for our viewers, can you let us know if you have any questions related to oncology trials in the below comment box, and we will definitely try to answer the same, and we'll get back to you onto your answers.